Hello friends, I'm Parvez and this is our sixth video in Android application development. In the previous video we have learned that how you can open a second activity in Android Studio. So this is from the previous video. If I click on open second activity, you can see that we have second activity. In this video I'm going to show that how you can send data from one activity to another activity. So now let's create a new project in Android Studio. So let me create new project. So let me give it my activity project and click on next. So you can choose the API level. For example, you can choose everything you want. Okay, so let me just choose this and click on next. So you can choose empty activity, click on next, and this is my activity name, and finish. So now I'm waiting for my new project. Okay guys, now this is our project, and the Gradle build is completed. And now, so if I run this, you will see that I have this text in here. So now let me just run this, and I have and I'm waiting for the project. So okay, now you can see that this is our simple hello world project that we have just one edit text. Now we need to add some widgets in here, so let me just make it bigger. And so I'm going to remove this edit text, and so the first thing I need, so I need to add for a plain text in here. So also I need to add a button. So now let me just wait for the plain text. Okay, now this is our plain text. Now because we're using constraint layout, so in here you can see that we have an ID. So this is edit text, and I don't want to change the ID. And let me just remove this name, and like this you can remove. And I want to add a hint in here. So please enter your name. Okay, so now let me make it constrained, because to the layout, make it like this, and also make it from the top. So you need to give some spaces from the top, and let me just make it more, so 50. Okay, now we need to add a button in here. So from the button we need a button. Okay, now you can see that the idea of button is a button, and we need to change the text button to send data. Send for example, send data. Okay, now make it constrained to this. Okay, now I need to give space between the edit text and button. So from select your button, and from here make it to 32. Okay, now also I need to give an on click for this. You can see you can give from here, but if you don't want, you can give from the edit text from the XML file. So in here you can add an on click listener for this. So Android on click, So this should be send data. Okay, now let me just create this method in my main function. So in here you need to create this public void send data, and you need to give view. Okay, now let me just test this UI design that it's working or not. So now let me just run my application, and why I have an error in here, so let me just check it. On click method does not exist, so public void send data not found. And so let me just run this, and let me build so rebuild project. So after build, I have received an error in here, so you can see compilation failed because I need to import this view. So you can alt enter, and yeah, now it's imported. Okay, now after this let me open my main.xml, and now you can see we don't have an error in here. Okay, now let me just run my application. So now you can see that this is our virtual emulator, and we have an edit text and send data button in here, so you can write everything you want. So now I want to send data from this activity to my second activity. For this I'm going to create a new activity in here. Right click, and we need an activity, so I need empty activity. I call it second activity, and click on finish. So now I'm waiting for the activity. Now the activity is created. Okay, now the Gradle build is running, and so now this is my main. So this is the layout XML file for my second activity, and this is the Java class for my second activity. Okay, so now in here I need to add a text view in this section. Okay, from the text, and let me make it bigger. Okay, I need a text view, so let me add it in here. This is constraint layout. Let me make it constraint to the layout. Now I need to give some space for my this widget, so I'm going to give it, for example, 50 for this also. And also I need to give some style for my this text. The first, so if you see that this is our ID, and now the first thing I need, I'm going to change the text size, so you can change from here. I want to make it 30. Also make it bold, and give a text color. From here you can give, and I want it should be color accent. Okay, now this is our text view, and let me just remove this text because I don't need to this. Okay, now let me open my main activity. So and my method in here, the first thing I need, okay, at the top I need to create edit text. So edit text. Let me import edit text. Alt enter. You can alt enter, and it will be imported. So alt enter. Okay. After this, now I need to get this edit text. So edit text, typecast this to edit text, and now find view by ID, r.id dot edit text. Okay. After this, in the method, first we need to create a string name variable, and in here I want to get the text from the edit text, so edit text dot get text, and so I want to convert this to string, so dot to string. And now I'm going to create an intent object, so intent new intent, and I need to import this intent, alt enter, and now it's imported. Okay, so now after this I need to get the intent dot put extra, because I'm sending data, so put extra. And before this I need to create a key, because we are sending the data according to a key. You need to public static final string, and I want to give it a name of key. You need to give a unique key for this. Now let me give it for example, I want to write unique key. It should be a unique key. You can give whatever you want, so you can give your package name, and whatever you want you can do. So now in here, the first thing I need, I'm going to give the key and the data I want to send, so it's name. And then we need to start the activity, so start activity, and I want to add my intent in here. Okay, so now this was from my main class main activity.java. Now I'm going to open my second activity.java, and in here, so the first thing I need, because in my second activity you can see that I have a text view and the ID is text view. So first I need to find this text view, and let me import this. And in here you need to, so text view, typecast this to text view, find a view by ID, r.id dot text view. Okay, now we have find the text view. After this we need to create an intent object in here, so intent, I call it intent, and I want to get the intent, so get intent. Let me import intent, so alt enter. Why it's not importing? Alt enter. Now it's imported. Okay, after this let me create a string name in here. So now I want to get the string from my intent dot get string extra, and in here you need to add your same key. So let me just copy this key from here and paste it in my second activity, and in here you need to give the key variable. Okay, and after this we need to set our data to our text view, so text view dot set text, and I want to set my name. Okay, now this is our complete code, and I need to run this. So let me first just check this. Okay, we don't have any problem in here. So I think in our main activity I have a problem in here. In here I need to give the get base context, get base context, and also I need the second activity class name, so second activity dot class. Okay, now our code is complete, and let me run this. So in virtual emulator, now I'm waiting for this. So now Gradle build is running, and I'm waiting for this. Okay, now this is our application in Virtual Emulator. If I write something, for example my name, and click on Send Data button, you can see that we have our data in the second activity. So let me go back and let me write something. For example, you can write Android knowledge, and if I click on Send Data, you can see that we have our data in the second activity. So thank you guys. If you have any question, please let me know, and for the further videos please subscribe to my channel.